Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. It's the big game. It's the game at Anfield. It's the big game that we have had for years, right? Even before Pep came, but after Pep came and Klopp was there, this game was just much more bigger. This game just got much more huge because City and Liverpool were always the two teams who were competing for the title, and it's the absolute case here as well. But the only thing is even Arsenal's there, and one thing I would absolutely hate today is a draw. I would absolutely hate a draw today because it doesn't favor either team. I would absolutely hate a draw. I think I would hate a draw here more than even a loss. I think here because I absolutely do not want Arsenal to benefit from this. It's either we benefit or Liverpool benefit. Why should a third team benefit when they're not even playing? Rodri with the Rodri with the team talk. Hope we go and give the best. That's what I'll say. Hope we go and give everything on the field. We don't leave even an inch. Do not concede even an inch. That's what I would say at the start of this game. This is Anfield. I know leaving the COVID season apart with the crowd, we have never beaten Liverpool here. I know that, but just for me, go and give your everything. Do not even leave an inch out there on the field, and then the result will be the result. We'll see that. There's definitely an advantage for the team who wins this match. I mean, I was almost tempted to score to state this match as a derby or something, but there's a definite advantage to the team uh, who wins this match. I think there's more of an advantage if Liverpool win to them because then they would go 4 points clear of us, and then they would go 2 points clear of Arsenal. Then Arsenal have to play us, and if Arsenal drop points against us, then I think Liverpool could potentially establish what is a 4-5 point lead over both us and Arsenal. So I think a Liverpool victory here would favor them massively. A City victory here, I think, would be interesting, be very interesting. I would say Liverpool not with their full strength, but City, I think, arguably maybe apart from Diaz, this is this is City's best 11. I mean, you could arguably argue when that if Diaz actually deserved to play because just on the basis of form, I do not think Diaz deserved to play. Darwin Nunes was offside there, and the match is really started off very fast, started off very fiery and very fast. Be honest, Nathan Ake, Manuel Akanji. That's a great ball there. That's a great ball there. Kevin De Bruyne on the run. It's snatched away from Phil Foden at the last moment. That's great defending there, but it was snatched away from Phil Foden at the last moment when Foden was almost about to pull the trigger. Wow, this match has just started off so well. It's so fast. Already it's so fast. Kanji is looking to play through the lines. I think Pep wanted two defenders who can play through the lines. Absolutely. This is wonderful there. And Julian Alvarez is in. That was a good shot, but it was off his weaker foot. What a start to the match, guys. What a start. Wow. But that Foden chance at the last moment, the ball was taken away from him. I think Alvarez probably should have looked to cross onto the far post. There were no options there, to be honest. Were you guys surprised with Diaz being dropped? That's the first question I would ask you. Were you guys surprised with Diaz being dropped? Julian Alvarez, it's good. He's playing. on the left wing, Bernardo on the right wing, Phil Foden's in the center. So something I feared that he would give Foden the left wing, but he's given Alvarez the left wing. This is interesting because Alvarez has got a very good defensive work rate. To be honest, I think can give the work rate of what Grealish gave us, and he's good at holding the ball. Touches don't matter now on the wing. I think he's more comfortable on the wing rather than in the center of the pitch. Gautam is here. Gautam says, "Hello, citizens. Gautam, we need your bliss today, Gautam." Liverpool get the ball and Edison claims it. But what a start to the match, right, Gautam? What a start. Very surprised, Gautam, that Diaz is not starting. Julian Alvarez with the ball. Alvarez is having so much room. Rodri, great switch there. Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne. There's no one. I think the ball was just too good there. Too good for anyone even to do anything. That is a trademark Rodri ball. It is just not on line today. But City are of a fast start here. City are of a rapid start here. But this is Anfield. Arsenal were 2-0 up here at half time. And you know what happened last season. So this is Anfield, and till the last whistle, you just don't know what the result could be. Harvey Elliott picks up the ball, and Julian Alvarez has to help Nathan Ake out. Edison. That's a great ball by Edison there. Phil Foden there controls it. Virgil van Dijk is there. He gets past Van Dijk. I mean, he doesn't get past Van Dijk to be honest, but he just slips at the last moment. And I think that's a foul in favor of Liverpool. Supposedly, I said the match has just started off in a very fiery fashion. But that Foden shot at the last moment, it was taken out, I think, in the second minute itself. That's great defending by Nathan Ake. It should have been a City throw, but Liverpool get the ball. The energy from City is good. The defensive structure is good. We are pressing in a 4-4-2 with Kevin De Bruyne. It's actually a 4-3-3 press now. I mean, off the ball shape is interesting actually. It's changing between a 4-4-2 and 4-3-3. That was a missed kick there by Edison, I think, to be honest. And the press is just intense out there. No one's having any time on the ball. I think this will be a true test of Foden's credentials and where he has come so far. He's been excellent, I know, but you'll know more about him. I know he's already world class, but you'll know more about the temperament. Is the temperament world class? I would say yes, but this is surely a test for Phil Foden as well because this midfield battle is, I think, one of the toughest to deal with. Edison clears it. I think Connor Bradley is doing well as well, so will be interesting. This is a good position for Liverpool, but the cross is not that good. But into Haaland, the ball is there for Alvarez, and Alvarez gets the ball. Kevin De Bruyne should have gone for the shot there, I think. Ah, this is wonderful counter-attacking move from City. What a move from City this is. Julian Alvarez does extremely well to get inside Kevin De Bruyne. I know the angle was tight, but I think he was trying to chip it on into the goal. That was not a cross. I think it was in two minds, a cross or a shot. That was definitely in two minds. Ah, that was not a foul on Bradley, but this is Anfield then. You know how the decisions go out here. Kevin De Bruyne with a shot of his weaker foot. There's no weaker foot, honestly, for Kevin De Bruyne, but still. Kelleher is just trying that long ball over the top. I think that is the strategy of Liverpool, to be honest. That long ball over the top. Phil Foden does extremely well. And it's cleared out for a corner for City. Bradley couldn't take any chances there. But Foden's alternating. Bernardo Silva and Foden. Gautam says Liverpool's undefeated record of 29 games at Anfield is daunting. But Gautam, Rodri's undefeated record of 59 games for City is much more daunting, right? Rodri's undefeated record of 59 games. Whenever he's played in the last 59 games, you have not lost. Bernardo Silva does very well there. He's not going to get a foul for sure. The Liverpool players. Daniel Akanji. Akanji is actually breaking the lines very well, to be honest. Alvarez is not able to hold the ball there, and Alvarez on the left looks very interesting to me. This means he can start most of the games, I would say. Ake is covering well. Whenever Stones or Akanji is coming on the front foot into the ball, Ake is just covering the back of Nunez. I think Pep wanted people who are extremely good with the ball, and I think of all the people, I think Diaz is maybe Walker is the limited, but I think Diaz and Walker are the two most limited centre backs on the ball at City. So I think he's played Akanji ahead of Diaz, and also I think Akanji has been outstanding in the last four matches. Three man of the match awards for him in the last four matches. So I think Akanji forced Pep's hands. I was just thinking the same thing before the match. Kenji has to play, but I was thinking how. Because you can't drop Walker and Ake, can't drop Stones. I think there just seemed one solution drop Diaz, and he's done that. Ah, De Bruyne had almost picked the pocket of Julian Alvarez there. It's all City attacking in the first 11 minutes, but we know this is Anfield and anything can change at any moment. Rodri does well there. Rodri's under immense pressure. I think Kovacic would have been a great option in a match like this, but again, I think it would have been a decision between one of Foden, De Bruyne, or Kovacic, or I mean, one of Foden and De Bruyne to bring in Kovacic, or it would have been put Foden on the left wing and play Kovacic in the middle. But what a pass that is! Okay, I think the interception is good as well. I think De Bruyne delayed the ball, to be honest. He was in two minds. The ball have gone to Haaland and Alvarez, and by that time it was over. Kelleher with the ball. It's a Liverpool ball. At least for the first 12 minutes, we have not let Liverpool have a single shot on our goal, which is very interesting for me, which is very good defending from City. The shape of the ball is interesting because this is not City shape generally. We are sort of in a 4-3-3 shape. out of position as well, which generally we are not in, so it's interesting. West Ham have equalized against Burnley. Ah, that's a good shot by Harvey Elliott. He just turned Natanake outside inside. Or is it Connor Bradley? Darwin Nunes is down. He's rubbing his hamstring, so I don't know what the problem is with Nunez. I think it's Connor Bradley. Yes, that is wonderful skill from Connor Bradley. What a fullback Liverpool are having in Connor Bradley. It's pouring down at Anfield as well. Liverpool are now coming into their own. They're just sort of getting in behind City's defense. It will be interesting again. Gautam says it's raining at Anfield, and that thing by Bradley was very impressive, right? Gautam, he turned sort of inside and then he went on the outside. I wouldn't blame Ake as well. No one would have been able to defend that. Such a big turn in the body direction. That was impressive from Bradley. I think Julian Alvarez needs to get back and help out Nathan Ake on that left hand side. Manuel. Ah, that was such a good ball across the box. No one was there. Liverpool are now coming into their own. City are finding it a bit difficult. Offside. It's offside. I think the offside flag was already raised. Darwin Nunes is angry, but when is he not? And Salah is laughing about it. And Darwin Nunes, and that was a good chance. I think for Darwin Nunes, he's missed it. He's missed the chance over there. That was difficult. Nunez was running forward, and Luis Diaz does well, but it was a difficult chance. The ball was behind Nunez, to be honest. Bernardo Silva is in the midfield now. He's not on the wings. It's Foden on the right wing. To be honest. Luis Diaz. Liverpool have gained possession as well in the last few minutes. 66% possession versus 44 of City. So Liverpool are gaining territory as well. Kevin De Bruyne has to find Foden, and he finds Foden. Ah, ball almost comes back to Foden, but this is end-to-end football. This is pulsating football. Michael Oliver, the referee, and I think Kyle Walker with the foul over there. End-to-end football, pulsating match. I think both the teams playing high lines. I think more than Arsenal, one of these two teams deserve to win the league. To be honest, the way they go about their football, I just don't like Arsenal at all. That is a good tackle, but didn't get the ball. Just one touch passing from Liverpool. One touch football from Liverpool. And Liverpool score, but it's offside. Thank God, Darwin Nunes was offside. Ah, for a moment I thought it was a goal. Darwin Nunes was offside. Yes, he's offside. Thank God he's offside. Ah, that's how quick Liverpool can break. That's how tough it is to defend against this Liverpool team. Rodri gives it away. Nathan Ake as well, and yes, Julian Alvarez can keep it in. But Liverpool get the ball back. Conor Bradley just playing exceptionally well. Bernardo Silva does very well there. Conor Bradley gives the ball away, and it's Julian Alvarez, Rodri, Kyle Walker plays it to Phil Foden, which I think is the wrong pass. Kyle Walker again. That's a great switch there from Kyle Walker, and Bernardo Silva should get to the ball. He does. Nathan Ake. I think Bernardo's offside, and the flag was raised. It was impacting play. Kevin De Bruyne plays it to Alvarez, and the ball goes out for a City throw. Ah, Quansah as well over there. This is a very intriguing battle. Say Alvarez is causing a lot of problems. I just wonder what if Doku is there. Doku's on the bench, I know, but I just wonder if Doku's there. His pace. We City fans are always feeling that Doku doesn't contribute. His finished product is not there. But what Doku does is he he keeps two people attached to him. He has two people marking him all the time because we know he's a great dribbler, which means there's extra space for someone else on the field. Phil Foden on the ball, Rodri, Natanake. That's a great ball there. We are always looking for that switch into Rodri. Switch from Rodri to Foden, which is very interesting. But the switch is always coming on Foden's wide. Generally, the switch comes when the winger is making that inside run, the run from out to in. That's why I'm telling that switch from Rodri is interesting. Kyle Walker, Rodri, Natanake, Julian Alvarez, Bernardo Silva. Haaland was almost going to tap it in. Haaland was just hovering at the back post. What a ball that is. And that's very good defending from Van Dijk, to be honest. Haaland was almost there, hovering in on the back post. Similar to that United chance, but the only thing is Van Dijk was there right now. and it's a corner for City. I hope Alvarez takes those corners, but I think it's King Kevin who's taking those corners. And City score! What a goal! It's John Stones with the goal, I think. It's John Stones who scores. Wow! Come on, City! First goal at Anfield. First flag drawn. What a corner that is for Kevin De Bruyne. Johnny Bowles has scored. Johnny Stones has scored. For a moment, Gautam, I was silent because I thought the ball hit the side netting. But then it was only when John Stones was running around, I was like, wow, it's gone in. Because when you see it in real time, it was almost like the ball hit the side netting. But again, very good corner from De Bruyne. He's hit it low. He's hit it low. And Liverpool just didn't expect a low corner. Look at it. He's hit it flat and he's hit it low. And John Stones, that way is a fantastic finish. That is a wonderful finish. That is an excellent finish from John Stones. What a finish from John Stones that is. Wonderful finish from Stones. Wow. What a goal. Come on, City. 1-0 up at Anfield. Come on. Who is that set piece coach? we, I was cursing him last match against United because we were shit at set pieces, but this one was superb. It is superb variation of a set piece. This is one of the best set piece variations I've seen City take in the last 1 year, I would say. Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne. Gautam says training ground finish. Finally, the set piece coach gets his due. He has to make us do this day in and day out. Gautam, I think the set piece coach just likes to do things on special occasions. He did it when Vincent Kompany came to the Etihad and we played them, and he's doing it now. But what a goal by John Stones. Kevin De Bruyne is just looking very good. First, I thought Julian Alvarez, and then I didn't see the player with the way Stones finished it. I thought it's a striker's finish. Has to be Alvarez because both are almost similar in height. A bit you could say, not too similar. So that kind of finish, I thought Alvarez would do it. But John Stones, wow, what a player he is! Easy a centre back. Easy a centre back for sure. Offside. That was an offside. Ah. We need to be careful here. We need to be absolutely careful here. Liverpool are able to get in behind our defense. We need to be careful. Yes, Nunez was offside. Nunez was offside. What a start to the match. What a start. Wow. It was a good chance of a 1-2 between Foden and De Bruyne, but this couldn't happen. I think apart from the Bradley shot, Liverpool have had nothing. I know a goal ruled out for offside and this one now, but another offside. But Liverpool have had nothing apart from that Bradley shot. They're now trying to draw us in with the press, and Keller will play it high. John Stones needs to be careful here. Good ball in by McAllister to Ruben Diaz. Sorry, Luis Diaz. Kyle Walker does extremely well. That is wonderful from Kyle Walker. This is why he's still one of the best right backs. The ball from Alvarez needed to be better. Ball from Alvarez needed to be better. Foden was through. Liverpool were caught with numbers high up the pitch. Bernardo. That is wonderful by Manuel Akanji. And it's a foul on Rodri, I think. Gautam says Stones has never won Merseyside derby against Liverpool when he played against them with his previous team. But John Stones, being the Everton man, he has, I think, helped us quite a lot against Liverpool. Etihad 2019, the match on January the 3rd, when he did the goal line clearance, which was by 1 or something, which was ridiculous. And here he's doing this. I think we need to take our time on the ball, to be honest. We're just, getting the ball and then pinging it the field upward. We need to rest on the ball a bit, draw Liverpool in, and then hit them on the break. Never expected us to score from a set piece, right? That to at Anfield. Walker does well. Walker with the challenge on Luis Diaz was also excellent. I think that was the wrong ball. The ball should have been down the wing. We need to be extra careful when we are playing that ball into the midfield because that is where the traffic for Liverpool is. On the wings, it's fine even if it gets turns over. But in the midfield, if it gets turns over, then you're like done. If we can score the next goal, then it will be very, very interesting. Liverpool are passing around the back. That is the traditional trick. They they pass around the back, trying to lure us. Just don't press them. Look at it. City are doing it well. Both De Bruyne and Haaland are just holding that mid sort of a shape. They are not pressing Liverpool's defenders. They're allowing Liverpool's defenders to have the ball, and then the press is once the ball gets into the midfield. That is the trigger for the press. Bernardo, go and help. Ake there. Harvey Elliott is having the ball. I think it's a great switch to Connor Bradley. Nothing. Ah, that was a chance. That was a chance for Sabozalai there. That was a chance. Great ball. And Gautam says one goal lead is never good to have. By the way, Gautam, did you see Kai Havertz dive yesterday? He should have been red carded. And he scores the winning goal. The script for Arsenal is just becoming too predictable. Every bloody game, the same script for Arsenal. Referees favoring them too much. That was a great cross there into Supposedly. Haaland loses the ball. Bernardo Silva with a weak challenge and Natanake there. Walker should have defended it better. One goal lead is never good to have, Gotham, especially at Anfield, of all places. Erling Haaland gets the ball. I think it was a slip there. Phil Foden needs to. I think he needed to release that ball earlier. Phil Foden. There were 2, 3 players on him already. Rodri does well to help out Foden there. I think Bernardo and Foden are switching. I'm sorry, it's Bernardo and Alvarez is switching. Foden's being played out on that right wing. which I don't like, but I can understand. You need Bernardo in the middle to keep up with this Liverpool press. Ah! What a giveaway that is. I think it's Julian Alvarez. Julian needs to be careful. What was that from Julian Alvarez there? You just can't do that at Anfield. He had so much time and he just didn't do anything. There's no time on the ball. Ah, that was a great block by Nathan Ake, to be honest. Kyle Walker does well. Bernardo Silva, and we are into space now. Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden on the ball. What a ball by Phil Foden to find Erling Haaland. And that's another corner for City. Haaland was just searching for that shooting range. And but what a ball there. I think you should have maybe taken the shot first time. Hindsight is always good, but Phil Foden with the corner this time. Julian Alvarez, he recycles the ball, he does well. And it's a City throw. 34 minutes gone, but a one goal lead is never enough. If only we can score the next goal. Still, it's not comfortable at Anfield. It's Liverpool's throw now, and Liverpool have had chances. That supposed lie header. Won't say too many, but kill take chance. That supposed lie header. And Alvarez giving the ball away. So City have done one or two mistakes, but not too many. Kevin De Bruyne does extremely well. Ah, has to be a deflection and has to be a corner for City. But De Bruyne breaking away like this is just very good. Gautam says players are looking tired already. I mean, more than physical tiredness, Gautam, I think it's the mental fatigue as well. Playing at Anfield will be interesting when Pep makes substitutes at half time because Liverpool still have Salah to come on. That's a City throw. It's a Liverpool ball. I think Pep is just not gonna bring on Doku in this match. I think because the turnover rate of Doku is more than Alvarez. That is the only problem with Doku in these kind of matches. And Alvarez can come into the midfield as well. He can rotate with Bernardo, John Stones, Nathan Ake. There's no one on the outside. I think Bernardo needs to offer that option to Ake. He's going there now. But Manuel Akanji, positional play at its best. Kenji vacates it and Rodri takes the spot. Natanake back to the goalkeeper for Liverpool. Offside. I think it was offside. Ah, well, that was a great block by John Stones there. And City get the ball back. Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland. It's 1-on-1. Erling Haaland on Van Dijk. Ah, this was interesting. Erling Haaland on Van Dijk. It's just there was support arriving faster, but that was great. Erling Haaland just skipped past Van Dijk there, just couldn't get his shot away. But that was great there from City. Erling Haaland on Van Dijk, and this was great. Erling Haaland got the better of Van Dijk. It's just that he maybe would have loved to take a step more or something before he could shoot. City lose the ball in midfield, and Foden does well to help out Kyle Walker there. That was a fantastic moment. That reminded me of Upamecano versus Haaland in the Bayern match, but this was a bit more hard. They were support arriving from behind. People could say he could have passed to Foden or something. That wasn't the case here. When a striker is running at a defender like that, that was a legendary duel there. That was fantastic from Edison there. Edison had to get it absolutely right, otherwise Nunez was in. That is great. That's a great rollout from Edison. Julian Alvarez does well to take two players out, and it's Johnny Balders. Some people say Pebbles, but I call him Johnny Balders. Naniola Kanji does extremely well. I think it is for this pace that he's playing ahead of Ruben Diaz. Means Darwin Nunes, Akanji just stepped it up. That was wonderful from Manuel Akanji there. What a pulsating encounter this is. Rodri, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva is just everywhere. I think if you see that heat map. That was a chance for Ruben Diaz. I think Walker and Stone should be questioning each other. What happened there? I think they were in control of it. And then I think it's Walker and Rodri should be questioning. Walker does well. Rodri does well. Walker has to clear. You just can't give Luis Diaz that chance. Can't give Luis Diaz that room to shoot. Klopp thought he had it back, but I think Rodri and Walker should discuss it out. There was clearly a lack of communication there. Erling Haaland needs to hold the ball better there. Kyle Walker's high up the pitch. Foden does extremely well there. And it's a foul on Foden by Luis Diaz. Foden does very well. The defensive part of his game is looking very, very good. Clips his heels. Luis Diaz. That is well done. City have room here. City have room here. John Stones on the ball. You'd love Kevin De Bruyne to be on the ball, and that's sense. But Kyle Walker does well. I was afraid for a moment because he's not the best on the ball. Nathan Ake gets the ball back, and Rodri X gets the ball back. Nathan X. Kyle Walker and Akanji are always staying back. They're never coming forward. If you see Ake is venturing forward, but not Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne on the ball, and it was a very good ball there, but well intercepted. But Erling Haaland gets it back. Julian Alvarez has to take the shot. Ah, had to take the shot there, whatever would have happened, because he could do something from that range. Julian Alvarez. That was great pressing there from Erling Haaland. Yeah, stealing the ball from Van Dijk, and Foden does well there. Nathan Ake is brilliant, superb. Alvarez does very well there. John Stones, superb there from City's defense, having the courage and guts to play through City's defense, and it's a throw in for City. In the last minute, I probably think 2 minutes will be added on. I think Pep will be shouting there, come inside with a 1 goal lead intact. Come inside with a 1 goal lead intact. We'll see what happens at half time. Kyle Walker does extremely well there. It's 2 minutes of added time, but walks. Ah! He just put a little bit of pace on, more pace on it. Little bit less space, and De Bruyne had an open goal there. That is wonderful from Kyle Walker. You look at it. I think I remember Riyad Mahrez doing this. I think Walker just needed to put a little bit less space on that, and it was 2-0 City. What a goal that would have been going into half time. John Stones loses the ball, which we don't see. Bloody kick it out! Gautam says City has only one clean sheet in the last 29 appearances at Anfield. Gautam, I'm getting goosebumps here with his stats. Wow. The number 29 is interesting. Yeah, it's the last 29, right? Yeah, one clean sheet. Again, it's against that record, right? Rodri has never lost in the last 59 games, which is played in for City, and Liverpool have not been beaten in the last 29 Anfield appearances. So this is interesting. First, let us go inside with the clean sheet intact. It's a free kick. It's a free kick to Liverpool, and that's fine. It's a long way outside. And Rodri needed to make that challenge. Rodri needed to get McAllister down. And Rodri gets a yellow as well. He needs to be careful now. Last thing you'd want is Rodri to miss Arsenal's trip to the Etihad. Suppose will he go for goal? The surface is skiddy, and Edison does extremely well there. That is not a routine catch because the surface is skiddy, it's raining. That is not a routine catch, and Edison does absolutely well. We should give credit to him. Edison has been very, very good. And it's half time, and City lead 1-0 at Anfield. Could have been 2-0 easily had Kyle Walker just put in a good cross in there, and De Bruyne was free at the far post. Gotham says half time. Ah, it's looked like 90 minutes, right, Gotham? Honestly, this game is just so pulsating and drawing in. Wow, it honestly for me looked like 90 minutes. So tense, it was so emotional, it had everything in it. Wow, and and there were a couple of good defensive interceptions. John Stones block, Kyle Walker taking the ball of Diaz. Good offside line played for Darwin Nunes when he squared it to Luis Diaz. I'm Suman says City is not fluid in this game, but but Sumant, I just think that fluidity is difficult here, especially against Liverpool. Uh, because the midfield is just too congested. There's no space in the midfield. The entire space is there. The entire space for me, it's not even with Foden. The entire space is with Alvarez and Bernardo Silva sometimes in the left. The midfield is this absolutely nothing for City in the midfield. There's absolutely no pass for City from the midfield. There's no space. It's because whenever City have tried to play that ball through the midfield, we have just turned possession over, and that Nunes Diaz offside goal is an example of what happens when you try to play through the Liverpool's midfield. I think the space has been through the left, and I think City have been trying to play on the counter here, to be honest, a little bit. It's not that we are sitting back, but then we're drawing Liverpool into the press, playing a high line, and then we're trying to hit them on the break. That Haaland versus Van Dijk one was interesting. So I think the game plan here is not to be fluid. The game plan here is to play those fast breaks. Haaland has space. Try to get the ball in the midfield and try to play him in because Liverpool play that high line as well. So I think yeah, City have not been fluid, but I think it's how the game has dictated. Bayaji says, how many more dog shit performances by Alvarez before Pep realizes it's not the one in big games? Bayaji, I think I'm a little bit happy this game because Pep has put him on the left hand side. Because if Alvarez would have played in the middle, I think the game was done. I think the game was over. It was a huge advantage for Liverpool. I think Pep doesn't have any options on the left hand side, to be honest. I think okay, you could play Bernardo on the left, but Bernardo in the center. Let's imagine like he's playing in this match. I think do you play Doku on the left? Doku in this match is highly risky because Doku just gives the ball away very very cheaply. On turnovers, I think Doku still needs to learn a lot. So I think I wouldn't trust Doku there. Grealish is injured. Grealish would have been the perfect one for this match, but Grealish is injured. I do not think Oscar Pop still has the experience to start. I think Pep is in a way forced his hand to play Alvarez. I think there could have been another thing that could have been done. Play Foden on the right, Bernardo on the left, and play Kovacic in the center. But then again, that would have meant that Foden would just stick on to the right wing. Now with Alvarez and Bernardo and Foden playing like this, I think it gives an option for Pep. Foden can come into the center, Bernardo on the right. Alvarez can come into the center, Bernardo on the left. I think what Pep is sort of doing is Pep has kept it flexible by playing Alvarez and Foden, and with Bernardo is rotating across the sort of two flanks in the midfield. Bernardo is playing everywhere. So sort of is controlling Liverpool's press. I think we are if Bernardo doesn't play this match, I think I think we would be losing this match now. Bernardo has been the key player in this match. Suman says so many misplaced passes from City, which is very rare. Exactly, Suman. That Liverpool press is just intense. But yeah, there have been some misplaced passes from John Stones also today, which is surprising. I think it has to do with the way Liverpool press because I've always thought the way Liverpool press is it's just a bit unique. I think we have been seeing it from 2018 or so when they have like been competing with us for the titles from the 18-19 season. Liverpool's press is intense. Pepe's, if you remember that 2017-18, the Centurion season in the Champions League, Pep has tried to play through the Liverpool press, and Pep was destroyed in both the home and away legs. So I think it's just Pep's culminative learnings over the years that you have there are certain teams, especially Liverpool and you have to and Real Madrid, I would say is the other that you have to play them teams in certain ways. You can't especially when they're at their home, you can't play use your usual position style. You have to give up the ball. I think this is a realization Pep has got. I would say after losing that Champions League final to Chelsea, and as much as last year when he played four centre backs, gave up possession in away games in the Champions League, and he was happy to hit them at home. I think Pep has realized there are certain teams you need to, compromise your, not compromise, but, just restrict your style a bit. Otherwise, they will, eat you up. Bayaji says City not gonna win unless two-goal lead. Walker, the two first, didn't even know what to do with the ball. Exactly, Bayaji. That was one of the more simplest chances. Walker did everything well. He's nicked the ball. He's gone on that one. He had so much time. And what did he do? He had a brain fade and he just hit the ball like a rocket across the box. I think he could have just slowed it up and just hit it across the box. And I think if that cross would have been good, I think City going 2-0 down. Sorry, 2-0 up. City going 2-0 up. I think Walker, we need to get a right back who is good with crosses. Enough of this. I just think what is the name of that Bayer Leverkusen right back? I just can't remember. He was from City's academy. Jeremy Frimpong. I think we need to go for Jeremy Frimpong in the summer. Or even Jan Kuto. But for me, Jeremy Frimpong is the man. Bayaji says at least three times Alvarez was in decent position to play the ball through. Also lost possession around City goal area in 33rd minute. Absolute plonker. And that was just so tense, Bayaji. 33rd minute, right? Alvarez was having the ball with all of the time in the world. There was no player near him. And he was just thinking. He thought for almost a minute. I'm not exaggerating, but he thought for almost a minute. When do you get 30 seconds to minute time on the ball at Anfield? And and then someone nicks it off him, and I think John Stones make a good block of that. John Stones or Nathan can make a great block of that. I do not think Alvarez is a sort of player who can give through balls. I mean he can, but I do not think he's your classic midfield kind of a player. I think Alvarez is the best in a 4-4-1-1 system where he just plays off the striker. I think we need to remember Alvarez is a centre forward, but then Pep is playing him because I think he's just forced Pep's hand. Because with Kova, suddenly I think you just cannot get Foden into the midfield. But with Bernard, with Alvarez in, I think you can get Foden into the midfield with Bernardo interchanging with him. I think that's the only reason. But then again, Bayaj, it's interesting because you drop Ruben Diaz because Manuel Akanji was, I think, man of the match at least two or three times in the last four matches. He's excellent, right? But but just with that in mind, I think you also need to drop Julian Alvarez and play Kovacic in because Kovacic was brilliant in the last two three matches that he's played against Bournemouth. He was brilliant. He was the reason we won. Last match he was brilliant. I mean, whenever Kovacic has played after coming back from injury, he's been superb. I think it's just the rotation part. He wanted Bernardo Silva to come into the midfield, I think. I honestly think Pep preferred a midfield of Bernardo, KDB, and Rodri, I think. He didn't trust Kovacic in this game, I think, in the midfield. But on the contrary, I think Kovacic is one of the best players I've seen in world football who can escape the press, who is press resistant. I think Kovacic in this game would have at least played two or three more through balls to Haaland because you just need to escape that press and play the through ball, which Kovacic is brilliant in. The game is well suited for Kovacic. Bayaji says pool crosses easily finding their target in the penalty area. Suppose live with the header, Bayaji. I think he should have scored. Even that run from and did you see that miscommunication from Walker and Rodri and Luis Diaz had a shot? For a moment, I thought it went in. We are struggling with the run Luis Diaz is making from out to in, and we are also struggling with the runs of Harvey Elliott when is our corner Bradley when they're coming out wide and when they're trying to cross it in. And the work rate of Julian Alvarez is just not there. I'm not satisfied with the work rate of Julian Alvarez. He needs to give Ake much better cover. Bayaji says Erling should have done better from 1v1. Where gone all that pace? He's not even pressing that much or tracking back. I, I just think by Erling Haaland was aware that Virgil van Dijk was backing off. So just think what Haaland wanted to do was he wanted to skip past Virgil van Dijk and then accelerate probably. But what happened was I think Haaland tried to skip past Van Dijk and he was a bit successful. But then the moment Haaland tried to accelerate, Van Dijk shoulder pushed him because you can see when Haaland's taking that shot, he's almost falling off. So I think with Van Dijk engaging with Haaland physically, I think Haaland thought he had to take that shot. But you're right, Bayaji. Haaland should have stood with the ball a bit more and showed a bit more physicality with Van Dijk. I think he fell away a bit easily when taking the shot. I think Haaland should have showed him a bit more physicality shoulder to shoulder. Bayaji says none of the new signings made it to the starting 11. Says a lot about the summer transfer window. I honestly think Jeremy Doku has a lot to learn. Matthews Nunes anyway would not have made it. Jeremy Doku is raw, and I think we accepted it when we got him. He's good against teams that park the bus, but he's still not ready for the big games. I think we sort of accepted it. With Kovacic, I think he would have made it into the 11 for sure. It's just that Pep preferring Alvarez, and I think that sort of fluidity across the middle. Otherwise, I think on the basis of form and stuff, I think Julian Alvarez deserved to. Sorry, Mateo Kovacic deserved to start. And like all of you telling it's 1-0 goal is never safe at Anfield, but then the result I fear is a draw because it helps neither. It helps Arsenal, they go top of the table. It helps Arsenal, a draw helps Arsenal. So so I do not want a draw at any cost because I bloody hate Arsenal. I just do not want a draw at any cost because why should we two teams play and Arsenal should get the advantage? The players were looking a bit tired, like Gautam said earlier on. I think it's important when Pep will make that change. I think the introduction of Salah from Liverpool's perspective and the introduction of Mateo Kovacic from City's perspective will be very very crucial. I think the only player Pep bringing on from the bench is Mateo Kovacic, to be honest, or maybe Doku if Pep thinks Doku is fit because there's a lot of space out wide. But then again with Doku, it's like he turns the ball away far. He gives the ball away more when he's dribbling. So that's a bit of a problem with Jeremy Doku, to be honest. Bayaji says Ford and beat Gomez easily and then made a mess of it. Forwards haven't played up to their full potential. That right wing was easier, I thought, Bayaji for Foden. Foden should have done so much better, especially in the first 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes, I think Foden really destroyed Sergio Gomez. I think he went in twice or thrice. Phil Foden. Foden should have done better, but that is the thing, Bayachi. I do not. Whenever we see Foden playing out wide, I just don't know. Somehow Foden's not the same player. Foden's really good. Even playing on the right wing, Foden would get into most of the top teams in the and around Europe. But I think he's not the same player. But Foden's good when playing out wide. But Foden's world class when playing in the center. But it's just again, I think well Pep doesn't trust Foden in this sort of a match playing in the midfield. I think because single turnover and a single turnover of the ball and Liverpool are through. And I think and I think you just cannot play De Bruyne out wide as well. I know the exchange, but talking about the starting positions, I mean, it's scary to imagine Foden's world class, but just imagine when Pep starts trusting Foden to play in the midfield, which means Foden still has one or two levels to go. What sort of a player Foden will become, and he's just 23. So Foden still has levels to go. He's world class, but just imagine he still has levels to go. That's the potential of Phil Foden. But yeah, Bayaji, that one thing that Haaland one on one against Van Dijk, Haaland should have absolutely destroyed Van Dijk there with his pace, with his physicality, with his power, like he destroyed Branthwaite against Everton. I know Van Dijk is not Branthwaite. Van Dijk is an accomplished centre back. He's a very, very good centre back. He's a world class centre back, I would say. But Haaland is a world class striker as well. Kolo Toure is speaking. Don't know what he's speaking, but he's in the box, I think. He's in the studio there. I mean, I've never seen John Stones lose the ball whenever he's played and come into the midfield. So this is the first time I'm seeing John Stones lose the ball. So that tells you about the intensity of Liverpool's press. Bayaji says Walker has looked out of pace sometimes. I think that's been the story of the season, right, for Walker Bayaji. Against Newcastle, he was wasteful. There are some games where he's looked good, but most of the games, like you said, he's looked out of pace. And even in this match, I think it's like the story of the season. There are certain moments, like against Diaz, one on one, he did well. But then there are some moments where he's looked stupid. Defensively, I'm talking about because attacking, we know Walker's little bit better than crap attacking wise. That's a free kick in City's favor. Kevin De Bruyne almost had the chance to play that ball through. Gautam says, I think Nunez would have been better at Liverpool. Matthews Nunez. Interesting thing. Actually, I think that's a valid point, Gautam, because I think when you see Matthews Nunez play, he gives you vibes of Jenny Wijnaldum at Liverpool. Wijnaldum was so underrated when he was at Southampton, I think. But at Liverpool, he was just superb. I think that's what Nunez would have become at Liverpool. High pressing, hard working, dribbling midfielder, to be honest. Manuel Akanji does well. Rodri does well there to get the ball back. It's so intense. Michael Oliver doesn't give the foul in City's favor. This half is going to be a topsy-turvy ride. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. Guys, get ready for any result. And it's a penalty. Ederson has given up a penalty. My God, that was such an easy ball for Nathan Ake to clear. And it's a yellow card as well for Ederson. That was such an easy ball for Nathan Ake to clear. And Ederson has lost his mind over there. Look at that, Nathan Ake. What? That was such an easy ball. And Nunez was going nowhere as well. What did Ederson just do there? What did Ederson just do there? That to at Anfield. Gautam says Ake made a mess, but still Ederson did not need to come out there, Gautam. Yes, I understand Ake made a mess, but Ederson did not need to come out there because Nunez still had a lot to do there. I think Ederson has hurt himself as well, I think. I don't know. What a mistake, that to at Anfield. What a stupid mistake. Everything was going well and what a mistake. What a mistake that is from Ederson. 1-0 at Anfield, everything's going well. Mistake by Ake. Why am I blaming Edison here? Ake as well. Ake just made a right mess of it. Easy ball there. Could have done anything with that. No pressure as well on him. And he does that. Mistake from Nathan Ake. I've just been praising him all season, and he goes on and does that. Alexis McAllister, I think, with the penalty. And they're showing Alexis McAllister has never missed a penalty there. Of his last five penalties, he's always scored. Edison versus Alexis McAllister. Can Edison do something? I think McAllister is gonna go right. Ah! I thought for a moment he's almost saved it, but no. Liverpool equalize. It's 1-1. And like Gautam says, and it's gonna be 30 matches with no clean sheet. It's all on Nathan Ake, I would say. It's all on Nathan Ake with that error. It's all on Nathan Ake there. Edison dived well, but that penalty was in the corner, so just can't do anything. That was a very good penalty. And it's 1-1. City are just looking a bit ruffled there. It was going comfortable, and then we do that. Arsenal fans would be praying for the score line. We must not concede again. Now the Anfield crowd is behind them as well. Because at 1-0 down, Liverpool needed to attack, but now they can adjust their tactics a bit. But Liverpool will also know a draw is sufficient for them. Now, with this result, Arsenal go back on top. The character of Nathan Ake will be tested here. City are looking passive already. It's just what Anfield can do to you. It's offside. Nunes was offside. He was just offside, but he was offside. And and Edison's done, I think. Edison's out injured, I think. A mistake by centre back, and this has happened. Look at it. first half we have had, and Nathan Ake there with the mistake. Walker's gone to Edison to ask about him. And look at Pep Guardiola there with hands on his head. Gautam says, well, draw is not as bad as it sounds, but then Liverpool will be favourites if you look at the remaining fixtures. Exactly, Gautam, exactly. Because our one in is way too difficult. Spurs away, Aston Villa at home, we have Brighton away, we have Arsenal at home. Then Liverpool have much easier fixtures. Exactly. And a win here for Liverpool, and I think they are very good favourites to win the title. I think I would go as far to say that whoever wins this match wins the title for me. Because that's how big this match is. I mean the worst thing here is Gautam. It's not that Liverpool have scored a goal. We were never going to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. At Anfield, Walker made some mistake. That's well done by Alvarez. So we were never going to have a clean sheet at Anfield. But the worst thing is, we have not made Liverpool work for that goal. It's almost that it's a freebie. Ake gives it under no pressure. Just have a bit of water and come. And Liverpool give the ball back now, and City should have taken advantage of that. Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. Ah, that was a chance. Foden should have squared it to Haaland over there. Phil, the form you're in, you should be scoring that. What a chance that was for Phil Foden to score that goal. Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake. Ake's confidence is just low after that mistake, which it will be. But what a chance that was for Phil Foden. What a chance. Odegaard as well. Stefan Odegaard does extremely well on that. The touch from Diaz is what caused him, to be honest, over there. I don't know why Bernardo got a yellow there. He might have said something to the referee. That's the thing. Liverpool have scored without uh, them working for it. It's just we have gifted it to them, and that to at Anfield. That is the thing for me. Salah is coming on. Exactly, Gautam. Salah is coming on. I wouldn't have minded if he comes on, does wonderfully well, dribbles and scores. That is fine. But the way we gifted them the goal is what is frustrating me, to be honest. That's a goal kick. Supposedly, I think it should be a corner. But I think now how we play out of Liverpool's press is also a thing, especially with Ederson not there. I think Phil Foden had a chance there to square it to Erling Haaland. Both Robertson and Salah are coming on, and Gomez is coming off, and Sabozla is coming off. I thought Harvey Elliott would come off, but this is interesting. I mean, not to go in too much on Ake because mistakes do happen at the Emirates. It was 1-1, and Van Dijk and Alisson, two of the best players in their respective positions in world football, had a complete breakdown, and Arsenal scored. So Ake is just having a wonderful season. It's just that this one mistake. City are back in the defensive shape now. I don't know why the camera is not panning towards Pep. That is very well done. Erling Haaland with the ball. Again a misplaced pass. And Salah is through. And Luis Diaz hits it outside. That was a clear one-on-one. That is what Mo Salah can do. Gautam, we are absolutely on the fringes here. Look at that. That is clear on side. We're absolutely on the fringes here, Gautam. I know Diaz missed an absolute sitter. Ah, we are struggling here. I think Pep needs to bring on Mateo Kovacic. We are absolutely struggling here. We are just struggling here. What's he given? I think it's a corner. Again onside. That is a very good defending from Kyle Walker, to be honest. Walker's got the ball there. We are struggling. We are just struggling here. Robertson with an swinging corner, first corner for Liverpool, the game, and it will be another corner for Liverpool. But again, what a last ditch! Tackle there by Kyle Walker. Wow, Gautam, we are struggling big time here. Rodri's record, can it stand the test of time? Gautam, just bring in some more defenders. I think Kovacic is the answer, Gautam. Kovacic is the answer. Then remove Alvarez, send Bernardo to the right, bring Kovacic. Ah! For a moment, I thought it just went in. How much can one mistake from a player change everything, right? Because it just seems that our confidence is gone now. Stefan Ortega does extremely well there. Wow, we are under absolute pressure here. We are under so much pressure here. The ball was going in. If Ortega didn't make that save, wow, wow, that is well defended. Kevin De Bruyne on the ball. Rodri gets the ball back and he recycles it. We are slipping. We are giving misplaced passes. Don't know what is going on. Kyle Walker, Phil Foden, Julian. I think he needs to bring on Mateo Kovacic. Don't know what Pep is thinking here. Julian Alvarez is the weak link. Kyle Walker there makes a wonderful run. And the cross is shit like always. It's crap. I won't call him Kyle Walker. I'll call him Crappy Walker, and that is it. I think Pep Guardiola is maybe listening to us, is listening to our channel. Mateo Kovacic is all set and ready to go. Exactly, Gautam. I think Pep is listening to all of us. Kova is coming on. Doku is also coming on. This is interesting. Doku is also coming on. Akanji does very well there. I want Kova to come on as quickly as possible, but change will be made only when the ball goes out now, I think. It's a goal kick. Ortega has done well since he's come on. I think it's changes. Number 28 is going off, I think. So number 17 is going off, which is Julian Alvarez. This is expected. Doku will be interesting. I think is he taking he's taking off Kevin De Bruyne. Jeremy Doku is coming on. I don't know why he's taking off Kevin De Bruyne there. I don't understand that. Kevin could have changed the game. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I don't understand that, Gautam. Why is taken off Kevin De Bruyne? Even De Bruyne doesn't understand it. I don't understand it. Why is he taken off Kevin De Bruyne? If it's someone who could produce a magical moment, it's Kevin De Bruyne. Kovacic does extremely well there. It's Jeremy Doku. Kovacic, Nathan Ake. Immediate impact of Kovacic. Look at it. It's not so easy to press him. Ah, that return from Haaland was not good. I probably think he could have taken off Erling Haaland. Probably, I know that's not a popular choice, but could have taken off Erling Haaland. Would have played Kevin De Bruyne as the striker and Phil Foden off him. Could have been interesting there because Haaland's not offered anything right in this game, to be honest. It's interesting. I just don't understand the taking of Kevin De Bruyne. Nathan Ake does very well there. That's a very good challenge. I mean, the story would have been different. Have we been holding on to that 1-0 lead and then being under this pressure? That is completely different. Kovacic does very well there. Bernardo Silva. Foden just couldn't get to the ball over there. Erling Haaland there. Kovacic does well again. Erling Haaland. It's not a straightforward chance, but Jeremy Doku running at the Liverpool defense. He needs to recycle it back. Kovacic, Rodri, Phil Foden, Rodri. Can we get a Rodri special today? Rodri is not even taken one single shot. Kovacic coming on. Maybe Rodri could move a little bit forward. I don't know. Kyle Walker. Ortega's. That's a great save from Ortega there. Nunez. City need to be careful here. Doku does extremely well there. Ah! It's hit the bar. Can you believe it? It's hit the bar. Ah! No one knew what was happening there, but can you believe it? It's hit the bar. Honestly, I think Foden didn't know what was going on, but it would have any. I don't know if it would have been ruled out for handball, but yeah, hit the bar. But Doku and Kovacic are just having great impact here, especially Kovacic. Ortega does very well there. Kovacic to Doku. It's not a head injury. We can play on. Salah is down there. Rodri. Kovacic again. Kovacic does well there. Jeremy Doku. Rodri. Walker. Kenji. Walker again. City seem to be a bit settled there. Gautam says it was his arm anyway, not counted. No, Gautam, I think there's this new rule where if it's not intentional, then the goal's given something, I think. I don't know, I'll have to look at it. But anyway, it's not something that Foden intended, right? This goalkeeper pushed against him, so that would have been a free goal. Anyways, Rodri. Since Kova's come on, it's improved a lot, right? Bernardo Silva. And it's a City throw. Since Kova's come on, it's just that he's just playing through Liverpool's press. Walker's got the ball there, so that's not a foul on Salah. Salah was complaining about. Walker's got the ball there. Cody Gakpo is coming on and Darwin Nunez is off. Gautam says yes. Why Gautam? That Darwin Nunez is off. I think the Cody Gakpo move is to counter the move of Kovacic by Pep because Gakpo now gives more midfield presence to Liverpool. Interesting tactical battle going on here. I think the Cody Gakpo move is there to counter Pep's Kovacic move. Rodri, Nathan Ake. Stephen Ortega, Manuel Akanji. Gautam says no, Kova has got a lot of stability and we are able to play Liverpool's press through Liverpool's press as well, right? Kyle Walker's done well there. And he's bloody giving the ball away as well. What the hell? This is what Kyle Walker cannot do when he goes forward in such a situation. One ball over the top and look at Kovacic there. They're just not able to press him. The question is why didn't he start? Why did he go with Alvarez? That will be the question now. Everyone will ask. Ah, Liverpool are thinking they can press Ortega, but Ortega is good with the ball. He's the second best goalkeeper with the ball after Ederson in the Premier League. Stephen Ortega is that good. John Stones, Nathan Ake again. This is superb there. Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden. Give it to Kovacic. Now Kovacic is driving. He's given it to Jeremy Doku. That was a chance for Doku. The deflection just took the sting out of that shot. Look at that. KDB and Pep talking on the bench. Nathan Ake does very well there. And it's a goal kick for City. Very well played, Nathan. Kevin De Bruyne is angry there that he's been removed. Kevin De Bruyne is angry there. I just think it was a choice, Gautam. You remove Foden or you remove Kevin De Bruyne, because I think Pep knew Doku had to come in. Otherwise, Liverpool were just pressing inside too much and City were not able to get what a stupid ball that is. Ah, good save, Stefan Ortega there. Very good hands. I thought that was an open goal almost, but very good save. Kwanzaa hit a good shot, but good one by Stefan Ortega's arms. Can we somehow get a goal back here? Can we somehow get a goal back and restore a one goal lead? That will set up for a superb finale at the end. Ortega does well with the catch. No doubt, Gotham. KDB is upset. KDB is very upset. I just think, could he have removed Foden instead of KDB? That's my question. On the basis of form, no. On the basis of stature and what the personality it takes, Anfield, maybe yes. Kowa does extremely well, and now it's Jeremy Doku. Kyle Walker does well. Kyle Walker does very well, and it's a corner. Luis Diaz is just unhappy. Kyle Walker, look at the sprint of Kyle Walker over there. Look at Kyle Walker passionately defending. Ah, almost a free header for Van Dijk there. Close, nervy moment, another nervy moment, I would say. The only thing is Stefan Ortega is kicking it long more often, and now the ball is coming back faster towards our penalty area. That's the only concern. This is turning out to be a dream result for Arsenal, right? A draw. Gautam says Luis Diaz is a freak. Just imagine Gautam having Ah! A player from City was down anyway. Now are they gonna check for a penalty or something? It wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty, I think. Thank God. Arsenal go top, but honestly, there's nothing apart from the goal difference. And I think City are 1 point behind the top two. Can we get a late winner here? That's the thing for me. There's no offside flag. Absolutely no offside flag because I don't think it was offside. That was very well done. That's a free kick in City's favor. Would you take a draw? Would you take a draw? Would you guys take a draw? Would you take a draw, Gautam? I'm still undecided on this. Would I take a draw? We have defended valiantly today. Courageous display of defense, except for the Take thing. Otherwise, it's been superb. It's a City throw. Gautam says yes. I'm still undecided on that, Gautam. Because a draw, like you said, would put Liverpool in a great position, right? If you see their fixtures and stuff. I think we need to go and win this one, to be honest. That was a mistake by Rodri. This is what Anfield can do to you. Even the world's greatest DM is, sorry, even the world's best DM right now is making a mistake. It's a free kick in City's favor. Luis Diaz is just acting like he's just lost it. I think Pep is taking a draw here. Mateo Kovacic does extremely well there. Yes, we have come out with the ball. Ah, that is very well done by John Stones, and it's Bernardo Silva. Gautam says, honestly, I kind of knew it was impossible to win at Anfield, so in that regard, draw is better. That is true, Gautam. That is true. That is true. Walker does very well there. Walker does very well. That is a very good ball. Foden. Foden to Haaland. Can Haaland do something? He's split in Doku there. This is wonderful. Jeremy, go and have a shot. Ah! Ah! What the F? Jeremy Doku hits the pass, hits the post. Wow, wow, that was the chance, Gautam. That was the chance to win at Anfield. That was it. Well done by Stefan Ortega, but what a chance to win at Anfield. That was Jeremy Doku. Ah, hit the post. Just imagine if that would have gone in. It would have been similar to Leroy Sané, Etihad 2018-19. Inside of the bar as well. I mean, inside of the post as well, I meant. Give Jeremy up the ball once more. Jeremy has the ball once more. Jeremy. Kovacic can't take the ball in his stride. I would settle for a draw, Gautam, honestly. It's a free kick in Liverpool's favour, but I would settle for a draw. Then we'll see where it leads us. To be honest. How much is added time? It's 8 minutes. Wow, match is still not done. There's a lot to be played. But that Doku goal would have just set it up so nicely for us. Ah, 8 minutes, which is a lot at Anfield, to be honest. That is great defending there. Wonderful defending by Balders, by Johnny Stones. I think John Stones is going to get whatever happens, 3 bonus in Fantasy Premier League today. But a corner again. Liverpool and corners. It's a dangerous combination. Last time Van Dijk had a free header. We need to be careful. It's an in swinger for Robertson. It's an in swinger from Robertson. Doku does well there. It's well defended. Have have to say it's kind of a shit corner from Liverpool, to be honest. Gotham, can we get through this? Need your defensive plays. We'll take a draw. We'll take a draw, Gotham. We'll take a draw now. Akanji clears it. That is superbly read there. Phil Foden on the run, and that's a free kick in City's favour. Van Dijk does well. He needed to take the foul, and he did it. Look at it. This half City have just had 3 attempts, and Liverpool have had 13. It just tells you about how hard they came in this half. Ortega does well. Ah! Liverpool have gone through our midfield here. Why can't we just keep the bloody ball? Offside. Offside. The flag was raised. The flag was already raised. The flag was already raised. It was offside. The flag was raised. Linesman did not keep the flag down. The flag was raised. It was miles offside. It's miles offside. Ah, halfway through, Gautam. Almost halfway through. When was the last time we as City fans clung on to a draw like this, right? Halfway through. We're halfway through, guys. Bloody Ortega is just kicking the ball and it's just coming back at us. Can someone keep the ball? This is where I think you miss people like Grealish, Kovacic. John Stones. Jeremy Doku is through. Ah! What a chance that was. If only Foden was more alert. What a chance that was. Jeremy Doku was. What a chance that was from for Jeremy Doku. Phil Foden there, he's just not ready. I think Foden. 3 more minutes to go. Liverpool with the ball. The worst thing is they win it at the end. That is the worst thing that could happen. Bernardo does well, and it's throw in. 2 more minutes to go almost. How are you guys even able to watch it? It's just every minute for me seeming like 10 minutes here. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. It's a free kick for City. Don't know what that is all about. That's not a penalty. Do not think that's a penalty. Ake doesn't get the ball, but then Salah as well. There's not much contact on that, to be honest. Ah! Mistake from John Stones there. And I think it's a Liverpool corner. The final minute. Just holding on to your breath here. This is the last kick of the game. That's a corner. Ah! Is this a penalty now? I don't know. I don't know. Both are going for the ball. I think he gets the bit of a ball as well, Doku, but I do not know. JSK, what do you think? That's not a penalty, that's a corner. Relieved. JSK says Pep Guardiola is to blame. Why starting Alvarez at Cam again? Let this corner go. JSK will blame Pep again. Let this be a draw. Last kick of the game. And the referee blows. I don't know why I'm celebrating this like a victory here, but a draw at Anfield is actually good. Draw at Anfield is not that worse. A draw at Anfield is good. Draw at Anfield is not the worst result in the world. And apart from the Take mistake, I know Liverpool had chances, you could say, but then Doku hit the post. Phil Foden, okay, didn't have it in control, hit the post. Kyle Walker had a chance to cross it in well for De Bruyne for an open goal. So I mean both the teams had chances. Yes, Liverpool had a good second half, but we defended well. I think JSK says Gautam says end of an era. Pep Klopp, that iconic punch, right? Fish punch with both of you gave. JSK says 1-1. Vinay says eaten alive. But Vinay, the thing is we defended well, to be honest. For the most part, we defended well. That Ake mistake was the only thing. Had Ake not made that mistake, I think we would have said 1-0 Pep Guardiola. Excellent master stroke win. I think Pep Guardiola, okay, starting Alvarez instead of Kovacic, and that was controversial. I to understand it, but then I think I know why he went for it, because he wanted Bernardo in the center, and now Kovacic can't play on the left, right? They can't exchange, so that is the reason why he went for Alvarez. I think Grealish would have been perfectly suited for this game. Grealish on the left, then he could play Bernardo in the center and Foden on the right. I know when Kovacic came on, he just controlled the game much better. But that's why he started Alvarez. That was the only thing he wanted Bernardo in the center. But yeah, in hindsight, Pep probably starts Kovacic, and then Pep probably just has Bernardo on the left, because you could argue if Bernardo was Kovacic starts, then there was no need for Bernardo to move in the midfield, because Kovacic is an excellent, you know, someone who can excellently withstand the press and all of that stuff. So I think it was a bad decision from Pep to start Alvarez on the left. To be honest, I have to agree with that. How much ever I'm trying to defend Pep here and come up with the reasons, if you ask me personally, I think the midfield should have been Kovacic, De Bruyne, and Rodri, with Foden and Bernardo on the either flanks, and probably De Bruyne uh, interchanging with Foden, or maybe interchanging with even Bernardo at times. That is how it should have been. Starting Alvarez was not a good thing, but I think he got it right with Akanji and Stones. Dropping Diaz was good, but then again Jeremy Doku just he just looks superb coming on. Again, how do you start Jeremy Doku? I do not know, because you have to accommodate De Bruyne, Foden. I don't know how he starts Jeremy Doku, but Doku looked very good. On another day, I think Doku could have scored the winner for us 2-1. That, that strike from him hit the bar and then hit the inside of the post and came back. Gautam says, but after this result, it's Liverpool's title to lose. Exactly, they're 1 point ahead of us, and I think we have the tougher schedule, to be honest. I think the next thing we need to do is, for us, that Arsenal game is like a final. We win that Arsenal game, we are in we are in the title. I think Arsenal are out of the title race. It's between us and Liverpool. We draw that Arsenal game. I think both Arsenal and us are out of the title race. It's Liverpool's title. We lose that Arsenal game, I think we are out of the title race. It's between both Liverpool and Arsenal. So I think that Arsenal game is like a final. The Arsenal game will actually tell us where we are, because there's nothing now. It's just the goal difference for Arsenal. Could say 46, 11 goals is not a big thing. City could just smash two teams with a 6 goal difference, and with 6 goals, and it would just be, the goal difference would be covered up. So that's not a thing, because I think we still have Sheffield United to play. We could make up the goal difference there. We still have West Ham to play, I guess, at the Etihad, so we could make up the goal difference there. So yeah. Bayaji says, Abel, Mujenar, all second half, finding new ways to concede goals every time. I mean, honestly, Bayaji, who do you blame for that goal? Because it's interesting. Because I know the blame is on Ake, to be honest, but I think Ederson, did Ederson need to come out for that? That's the thing. It's. It's one thing coming out of Garnacho, because when he came out for Garnacho, it was a head-on straight. He Garnacho was running towards him. It's much easier to come. But with Darwin Nunez, Nunez has already almost is already knocked the ball past him. So I think it was a mistake for, yes, Ake made the mistake, but I think it was Edison's mistake coming out, because there was no need to come out. I think Nunez still had a lot to do, and Nunez was going away from goal as well. So I think it's a mistake of Edison as well. And look at what has happened. We had lost. I don't know now how serious that Edison injury is. So mistake from Ake, but I think Edison should not have come out, to be honest. Vinay says Alvarez starting again could have cost us points. It bloody well might have cost us points, Vinay, because if Kovacic would have played, it would have been a much more stable match. I think Kovacic has played, we would have been 2-0 up in that first half. Because Liverpool in the first half were passive, they were there for the taking. There was no one to aggressively drive the ball through the midfield. Liverpool were pressing us so high in that second half, sorry, in that first half, that someone like Kovacic could have just broken the press and thread a ball through. Haaland I think someone pointed out here, I think it was Bayaji who pointed out that Alvarez had so many chances to put Haaland through in the first half, at least two, three chances. Kovacic would have put him through, because Kovacic is a specialist in playing those through balls. So, so I think it was a mistake from Pep, to be honest, starting Alvarez over Kovacic. Vinay says there's no one to help Rodri if Kova doesn't start. Exactly, and Rodri got isolated there. Both Kevin De Bruyne, I think Bernardo, to be fairness, has helped Vinay. Bernardo, to be fairness, had helped. But again, that was the thing. Then we were getting eaten alive on the left wing, because Alvarez was not doing his defensive work. Bayaji says City wouldn't have won if they had played academy team. Goes numbskulls at Anfield every effing time. There's something at Anfield. But actually, that shot from Jeremy Doku at any other ground in us and Liverpool would have hit the inside of the far post and would have gone in. This is Anfield, that's why it's gone out. On another day, that Kelleher, this thing of Foden would have gone in, and not the other way around. Vinay says we lost the ball infinite times. And I mean, with that midfield, I think it's expected Vinay to lose the ball. Especially, KDB is not a great ball carrier. Alvarez sometimes coming into the midfield is not a great ball carrier. Even I would go on and say that Rodri is not a great ball carrier on the press. The two people who are great under presses, Kovacic and Bernardo Silva. And I think if both would have played, it would just have been something else. Vaya says, just wait. Pep will play Alvarez again versus Arsenal and give title to his disciple. Done with the stupid tactics. I just don't understand this Alvarez obsession. He's even finding new positions for Julian Alvarez. I don't get this, Bayaji. Phil Foden can only play on the right wing or on the left wing, but his favorite disciple Alvarez can have his pick. He bloody played Alvarez as a pivot to Rodri against Chelsea. Today left wing. In another match, he played off Haaland. I think in another match, he played striker. So Alvarez, I think, except DM, Alvarez and the right wing, I think Alvarez has played every bloody position this season. And that's a luxury not even afforded to someone like a Phil Foden, who has been the standout performer in this match. I mean, in the season, to be honest. Vinay says, and what's KDB doing alongside attack? He should get more balls to create. I think when Pep's played KDB as a 4-4-1-1, he's played he's played KDB in that typical Alvarez role, where of the striker, of the second striker. I think the tactics from Pep were to, play on the counter against Liverpool. Haaland lays it off to KDB. KDB runs with the ball and shoots. It was like Pep thought to play like a typical Arsenal tactics, like how we played against Arsenal last season at the Etihad. Didn't work out. KDB was bloody angry. I mean, again, I don't know how. I don't know if you guys agree with the KDB substitution. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys agree with the KDB substitution? Because I thought substitution was right, but the problem was he had to substitute either KDB or Foden. That was the thing. I think one of the two should would have was there was a necessity to sacrifice one of the two for Rodri because tired legs. Uh, Both Foden and KDB did extreme work, so I just think one of the two had to be sacrificed. Question was who, and I probably think maybe even I would have just taken KDB out because I do not think KDB coming back from injury would have got the legs to play 98 minutes and that too at Anfield. Yes, KDB would have created, but the amount of defensive work that KDB would have needed to put in for those 30-35 extra minutes, I just think he just about got it right. The Kovacic decision, he just got it wrong. Bhaiya, this is Haaland big zero. Can't recall if he even had a shot, let alone on target. That's another thing, Bhaiya. I just didn't understand that. If he had to remove a player, I think it should maybe have been remove Erling Haaland and put KDB up front and probably play Doku on the left or Doku on the right, wherever it is, and play Foden through the center because KDB as a striker just need not because KDB as a striker just need not have had to put in so much of effort that he had to put in if he played in the midfield. So I think he should have removed Haaland, but he didn't. I don't know why. But yeah, this is Erling, KDB, Ford, and Alvarez all useless in this game. No track back, uh, no intensity. I think KDB was decent enough in the first half. I think some of the runs he made, Walker didn't deliver the ball to him. I think Foden had a couple of good chances in the second half as well when Doku squares the ball to him and Foden wasn't just ready. So I think Foden had one or two chances, but yeah, in terms of creation, I think Foden didn't create anything. I honestly think the tactic from Pep going into this game is play on take the ball of Liverpool's press and then play on the counter. It almost worked with Haaland going through one-on-one against Van Dijk, but I think that's what if that was a game plan, I think Kovacic should have started in the midfield. When I says Pep again trying to fit Alvarez and getting tactics wrong. Midfield didn't even exist today. We were missing Jack Grealish, Vinay. We were absolutely missing Jack Grealish. Because if Grealish played, I think they would have been more control today. We are just missing Jack Grealish. Bhaiya, this is realistically only United could take a point against Pool in remaining games while City need to win all of them. I honestly think Bhayaji we need to I don't know the extent of Edison's injury honestly because that would affect how we play against Arsenal. But but I know on paper it looks easy for Liverpool, but then I think we should not forget there are teams that are fighting against relegation and stuff. That too, at the far end of the season, the fight gets more intense. If you look at Liverpool's schedule, so I do not think it's as smooth and as easier as it goes that they don't drop any points because we'll have to remember they still have to play against United, like you pointed out, it's a derby, but against Everton as well, it's a Merseyside derby, and derbies are never straightforward. We have seen in the 18-19 season when we won against Liverpool and lost to Newcastle, if you remember, that John Stones clearance at Etihad, we win it, reduce the gap to 4 points, and then immediately we lose against Liverpool. Fernandinho gives away a penalty, just like today, a stupid penalty. And everyone thought Liverpool would win the league, then Liverpool go and drop points against Everton, drop points against Leicester, drop points against United that season, and we win the title 18-19 season. So I wouldn't say Liverpool are like very well placed, but yeah, it will be a tremendous task if we win from here because like I pointed out, very difficult fixtures for us. Vinay says Haaland isn't a ball carrier striker. He runs behind the lines and he made some good runs off the camera as well. Vinay, if you notice, Alvarez didn't play those balls. He was making some good runs behind. It's just that no one had this thing to play those balls to the Liverpool press because what we were worried about is if they get the ball, they could counter punch us. This is where I think someone like Kovacic would have been extremely useful, especially in the first half. He is he's just a master at playing through the lines, Mateo Kovacic. Bhaiya, this is KDB looked exhausted right from first minute. Big zero in big games since came back. Wouldn't have minded Haaland taken off and Alvarez back to striker role. Even that would have given us stability. But I know I think why he kept Haaland because of the physicality from corners. I think that's the only thing because Pep was worried about Liverpool getting some set pieces down the line, maybe, and maybe Haaland with those things. I think that should have been the only thing with Haaland. And I think KDB, apart from the Newcastle game, which I think we won all, we would have dropped 2 points there realistically if not for KDB and Oscar Bob, but mostly for KDB for that ball. And against Luton, he was good. But the stats are insane. I know they're skewed due to that Luton game, but KDB has had 12 assists in the 5 games he's played since. Nothing in big games, I know. Nothing very much in pretty much in big games. But again, he's not to blame. Against Chelsea, he put 3 chances on the plate and Haaland missed open goals. Vinay says this season Pep keeping one hole to exploit for opponents, and how many and just imagine Vinay how many holes he will keep to exploit for his favorite disciple in Mikel Arteta. Eugene says Kovacic should have started exactly, Eugene. That's what we have been telling in this community. Kovacic should have started, and that too, it was not that Kovacic was out of form. There were two players, guys, who absolutely deserved to start. Manuel Akanji and Kovacic have been our man of the matches in the last 4 games. Either one or the other, they have been the top players in the last 4 games, and on merit, Kovacic had to start, to be honest. And he started Alvarez, the one player. I don't know. Pep talks about form. Pep talks about merit. Pep tells only if you perform in my training you start. Pep keeps Foden out for that reason. But why doesn't Pep keep Alvarez out for that reason? Is it just that Alvarez trains very well and he does shit in training? I don't know. Bayaji says these Haaland dampeners want me to go back to false nine tactics, and we get a better hold of the midfield as well, Bayaji, with that false nine thing. We we are much more comfortable in that false nine thing in terms of controlling the midfield and stuff. Today we were damn scared to play through Liverpool's midfield, to be honest. Vinay says we don't play with Haaland's strength. It's sort of a between thing that is happening now. I think Vinay, we are we want to play that through balls, but then we're also not able to get away from Pep's style, our style of playing these small passes, and in a way we are not able to find those Haaland's runs. That is the thing. I think we need someone who can play those through balls very well. And who is that player who can play through balls? Kovacic is one who can play absolute through balls. And I think another strength of Haaland is it's not his strength, but we're not able to utilize his physicality in terms of on headers. I know he's bad with headers, but then we're not giving him chances as well. How do we give him chances? Kyle Walker needs to cross well. We need to find a right back who can cross well, and we have this crap Kyle Walker. Baya says same old, same old. Vinay says our players really don't use counter well. And that one chance which Erling Haaland got on the counter, he was like he should have done better against Van Dijk. He should have done absolutely better against Van Dijk. He just was tame over there. JSK says even if it was pen, I think they deserve to get robbed. They robbed us in the first leg. Uh, first leg karma. That Allison thing, right? It was, yeah, you're right. That first leg was, yeah, this thing. But I honestly do not think it was a pen. JSK, you're talking about that last minute thing, right? Which Doku challenged against McAllister. But honestly, I think no one was in control of the ball. The ball was in the air and both were going for it. And it was just after reaction of that. I do not think it's a pen, to be honest. JSK says I would rather let Arsenal win than Liverpool. JSK both are just stupid. Liverpool fans, they just do a lot of this thing, and Arsenal, my God, yesterday they won, and I was watching, and Arsenal were just celebrating as if they won the bloody trouble. They're like they're like doing all of that stuff. Gabriel is almost the. I just don't like that stuff which even Arsenal do. They just go overboard with their celebrations. That's I do not want neither to win, to be honest. Arsenal or Liverpool. Vinay says Walker performance, his total waste on the ball, not even a decent ball in the box. I think today Vinay Walker had two. Walker's performance defensively was very good, I would say. He nicked the ball, I think, twice or thrice, which is very important. His pace helped us against Luis Diaz. Without Walker, I do not think we win this game, to be honest. And I mean, sorry, we draw this game, to be honest. We don't get anything from this game without Walker. But I think offensively, I just think we should have been bloody 2-0 up in the first half. That is such a simple ball for Walker to play, and he just screws it up. You want to win at Anfield, you need to complete those you need to complete those crosses. Bayaji says Walker can't make a cross even if he's playing alone. Bayaji, Walker can't cross his legs, I think, when he's sleeping. I think Walker can't bloody cross his legs. That's how poor Walker is with the cross. That was such an easy ball. This is why next summer I want to go for someone like a Jeremy Frimpong. Excellent pace. He's very good on the ball, crossing wise. And I probably think Josko Guardiola in this game could have maybe helped us better than Ake. I know I wanted Ake to play and stuff, but maybe I think Josko Guardiola is better at, he's two-footed and is better at carrying the ball and stuff into the box. Maybe I think Josko Guardiola could have been maybe better. Vinay says we ain't confident this season. By this time we gain some momentum. But ideally, Vinay, I think by this time, I think in the previous seasons, Anfield, I'm sorry, previous in the previous seasons as well. By this time, whenever we played against Liverpool, even at the Etihad or at Anfield, I think we generally drew the games because if you go back 3 4 seasons, I think after 1920 season, I think most of the times we played Liverpool in the second half of the season. Most of them have been draws. There's never been an outright winner, to be honest. All of them have been draws, and hence the 1 point close title races. Vinay says every big game apart from United, Pep did mistakes. And I think, and you know what is bloody annoying, Vinay? I think against the top six, what have been our results? Chelsea twice draw, Liverpool twice draw, Arsenal once we lost. I mean, Liverpool twice draw, Chelsea twice draw against United. Yes, we won twice. Against Aston Villa, we lost one. I think our record against Big Six, I mean, Newcastle we won twice, but generally against the traditional Big Six, when I include Chelsea and United as well, hasn't been that good, to be honest, this season. Vinay says playing high line against Liverpool with our slow centre backs. To be honest, Vinay, I think Pep made that adjustment of removing Diaz and his played Akanji and John Stones. I think playing Highland was not the mistake today. The mistake today was playing Alvarez there. He just could not cope with Liverpool's press. I think the best, and I'm repeating myself here and again, but just imagine Bernardo Silva on the left flank, Foden on the right flank, and Kovacic in the center. Suddenly, you cannot press Bernardo, you cannot press Foden, you cannot press Kovacic. Suddenly, you have three unpressable players, and you cannot press John Stones who comes into the midfield. It could have even released Kovacic as well. Just notice when Kovacic came on, Liverpool were just tied in knots. Their press was not going anywhere. Vinay says, I know we will drop points. This time finishing in Pep's selection cost us. Otherwise, ref. VR fucked us. The experiment with hello, two places where I'm literally very unhappy is Chelsea. Chelsea home and Chelsea away. Especially at Chelsea home at the Etihad, 1-0 down, 1-1, it was good, and then Erling Haaland has three chances. Missed it. Against Liverpool as well at the Etihad, 1-0 we were leading. Erling Haaland has a simple tap in, he misses it, and then Liverpool goes on the other end and scores. I think if I remember, Erling Haaland's finishing has cost us at least 4 points. At least 4 points again, if not more. 4 points at least, if not more, and that's the title. Just imagine if we had 4 more points right now. We are three ahead of Arsenal and bloody three ahead of Liverpool, something like that, and that would have been the title. I think Erling Haaland's finishing has cost us this season. To be honest, I know you could say Pep selections and stuff, but then, to be honest, I think against Chelsea, Erling Haaland should have finished it off. Against Chelsea, even against Spurs, our finishing was shit. You remember against Spurs, it was 1-0 or 0-0, and Erling Haaland had us. It was 1-0. We were leading. Erling Haaland as an open goal. I think during Diwali time, that was in November something. Erling Haaland as an open goal, and he hits it outside against Spurs. So I think Erling Haaland's finishing, to be honest, has cost us 6 points this time. If you count all of those games. Bayaji says Ortega was solid as an emergency goalie. I think Bayaji. I think if you look at goalkeepers who are very good with playing at the feet, I think Ortega is the second best goalkeeper in playing with the feet after Ederson in the league. And for me, if you look at shot stopping and ball playing goalkeepers, a combined quality thing, I think Stefan Ortega is in the top five goalkeepers in the league. Stefan Ortega is so good. I think Stefan Ortega starts for Arsenal over both Raya and Ramsdale. I think in the entire league, the only goalkeeper, apart from Ederson, of course, that Stefan Ortega doesn't start for is Alisson at Liverpool. I think apart from that, Stefan Ortega starts for all of the teams in the league as their first choice goalkeeper, except City and Liverpool. Vinay says, tired of the centre backs converted to left centre back, right centre back, left back, right back. Our style demands offensive. They just can't pass in the box. That's why I think when Josko Guardiola was bought in, I think Josko Guardiola, I know we have not seen the best of Josko Guardiola this season, but I just think Josko Guardiola is two-footed. You can't press him. He's a very good dribbler of the ball. His crosses are good as well and stuff. Bayaji says if City loses title, those two draws against Palace and Spurs, the biggest reason. I mean, three draws I would say, Bayaji. The first draw against Chelsea as well. The first draw against Chelsea as well, and the first draw against Chelsea as well. Even that was a thing unprecedented. Chelsea were going through a bad patch of form and that stuff. We had to beat them there. The draw against Spurs is just inexcusable. Then Haaland missing those three open goals against Chelsea. Literally, if not 4 points, we should have had 4 points more at this stage. Vinay says Haaland loses his balance very often. A lot of players are slipping, to be honest. I don't know why. What is with that? Phil Foden lost his balance in the last game. No, what is that? But yeah, against Van Dijk, you were mentioning, right? I just expected him to be more stronger against Van Dijk, go shoulder to shoulder, and then take on Van Dijk physically and then finish it off. I don't know why Erling Haaland came in so early against Van Dijk in today's one-on-one, and he just hit the ball with no punch. Bayaji says Haaland tries to score kung fu goals when it's a simple header. That United miss, right? That United miss by a I just don't know why he does that. He just tries to. I mean, to be honest, to be fair, Haaland has been shit this season. I think I'll put it in that simple word. Haaland has been shit this season. 18 goals is the top scorer in the league. Tell me how many goals has he scored against the top six teams? Maybe against United he scored a couple, but apart from that, I mean, he hasn't scored much against top six teams. To be honest, Sport Freak is here. Hey Anurag, how are you doing? What do you feel about the result today? Rajshekar is here. He says hello, hello Rajshekar, how are you doing? Chinny says more prime login details. Not the things to be given out here, Chinny. Not the things to be given out here. Bayaji says wish Edison had gone off before penalty. I don't fancy Bayaji. I don't fancy. I absolutely don't fancy Ortega to save that penalty. To be honest, I think Edison dived the right way. Edison dived the right way, but I mean the penalty was good. To be honest, the penalty was good. The penalty was curling in into the corner. I do not think I won't blame anyone for the penalty because the penalty is a throw of the dice. But I think need not have Edison need not have gone in for that challenge on Nunez. Yes, Ake made the mistake, but Edison had the chance to stay there and stuff. But I don't know why Edison is so aggressive nowadays. Vinay says, and yet to play Spurs. and yet and Spurs away, that to Boki Stadium, Spurs away, and then yet to play Villa at home, Brighton away. We have some tough games coming up. We have some tough games coming up. It will be an interesting title race, to be honest. I would not give any particular team the advantage, but I would say that it's Vishal is here. Vishal says, COYG. Congrats to you, Vishal, because a draw is what Arsenal fans would have prayed for. A draw is what Arsenal fans would need. Vinay says it was Ake's mistake. Vinay, it was Ake's mistake. I know it was Ake's mistake, but even after the mistake was done, I think the position which Nunez was in, it is not that Nunez was coming straight into Edison like Garnacho did last time. No, it was not that. Nunez was on the side, which means Nunez was almost ready to knock the. Nunez was going away from Edison already, if you notice it. So Nunez already made his mind up to knock the ball past Edison. And Edison should have realized that Nunez on the side, Nunez is much pacier there, and Edison should have not committed to that challenge. It's not a striker is coming head on to Edison, right? Nunez was on the side going away from goal. Maybe we might have had a chance if Edison didn't go into that challenge. Vishal says City got lucky to a draw here. Think Doku's challenge was a foul though. And Vishal, I also think Kai Havertz's dive was a second yellow though. Kai Havertz's dive yesterday was a second yellow though. Should have been with 10 men. So Vishal says crazy title race, just 1 point behind the top three. Behind the top three with 10 games to go. Vishal, the game at the Etihad is absolutely gonna be a final. We would love you to join us in that game. To be honest, we would love you to join us here in that game. To be honest, but that will be a final at the Etihad. I'm telling you, if that game is a draw, I think Liverpool win the title. The game at the Etihad. If Arsenal win, I think they have a chance. If City win, I think at the Etihad, at Etihad, if Arsenal win, City are out of the title race. If City win, Arsenal are out of the title race. If it's a draw, both are out of the title race. To be honest, because then Liverpool would have 3 point gap, and I've seen this Liverpool team in the past years maintain a 1 point gap across 12, 13 games. So it's going to be a very long title race, and Vishal says, "Did you see the penalties we should have got yesterday?" But yeah, you were the better team yesterday. But the Kai Havertz one was a blatant dive. The Kai Havertz one was a blatant dive. Maybe you haven't got the penalties yesterday, but again that doesn't tell that Kai Havertz should not have been given a second yellow. It was a dive. I'm telling you it was a dive because Bissouma against Spurs, if you remember, Brighton Spurs. Bissouma was given a second yellow. In the 15th minute itself, he was given a second yellow for exactly the same thing that Kai Havertz did when Bissouma was on a yellow. So that was the thing. Honestly, you get some, you uh, don't get some. That's fine. Liverpool fans will say that their offside goal, and that's true. I think that is the most blatant. This thing, the most blatant. I've not said cheating, but injustice. Liverpool should have had a clear offside goal against Spurs given, and they should have won. VR scarfed that up. So I think all the teams are having their moments in this title race. To be honest. Vishal says there was contact soft, but there was contact in that Bisama thing. There was little bit contact, but then that was it was soft. That's a dive. What is simulation? Simulation doesn't mean there's no contact. You go down. Simulation means you're trying to fool the ref. You're trying to go down under minute contact. Even that is simulation. That's what the referees yesterday were telling in the rules. If you watch the show. Vishal says we can all agree that the refereeing is abysmal this season. They decide who wins the title. I feel exactly, Vishal, because uh, Hong Wishan, Wolves versus City. If you want to go back and see, has a kung fu kick on Kyle Walker and is not even given a yellow for that. Whereas the same foul, a lesser of a foul, which another team guy, I don't remember, does it, and it's a straight red. The referees are just a joke, so we can agree with that. The referees are a joke, but the game at the Etihad Stadium will just be superb. It will be pulsating. It will go a long way in deciding who out of City and Arsenal will remain in the title race. To be honest, Vishal, by the way, they are showing the replay of that Doku and McAllister this thing goal, and now they're zoomed on it, and you can see that before Doku hits McAllister with the foot, Doku has a touch of the ball. The ball touches Doku, and the ball goes Doku's foot, and the ball goes, and then Doku goes in on McAllister. So it's not a foul. That's what they are telling. Doku gets the ball. Doku raises his foot. The ball falls on Doku's foot, and then Doku goes in on McAllister. That's what they're telling. Vinay says, yeah, if Liverpool lose on point, sure to blame on VAR. I think theirs was the blatant episode of cheating. I'll call it cheating, right? Vinay, Liverpool's was a blatant episode of cheating because that is just Doku got the ball there. Doku got the ball there of McAllister. So Doku got the ball there. That is clear. Doku got the ball there. The refs have been abysmal. It's almost like it's almost like they say if you have lawyers you can get away with anything. That's what this VAR has done it. Since it's VAR, they're having time to reflect on these decisions, and then they're taking out the bloody rule book. The rule book is like now what we are noticing is with the rule book is very subjective. Now what do you call a handball? What do you call a dive? What do you call a penalty? The Kai Havertz one was an example. I'm not blaming Arsenal fans here. One referee here was saying will say that there is soft contact, but the same VAR will say that is simulation, exactly same kind of thing. So I think this VAR has exposed that football rules mostly are subjective and it depends on what the referee wants to call it. I think in real time, it's the referee generally goes with the advantage of real time decisions in refereeing is the referee generally goes with his they say motor moments. If you practice something so much, there is motor moments and you just go with your instinct. I think in real time, referees go with their experience and instinct of refereeing games. This VAR just made it shit. They're taking out the rule book and they're taking out each of the sub clause and proving it is subjective. We are anyway correct. That's what they're proving. And they have even cost us the flow of the game. I do agree the refereeing has been an almighty shit. Vinay is telling referees are making things fired up with deliberate calls. it almost feels that the game is in referee's hands now and not the player's hands, which is a shame. Bayaji says, why is this unusual 9:15 p.m. game time? Did they consult with astrologers? Bayaji, क्लॉप ने कुंडली लगाई होगी एनफील्ड के स्टेडियम का पूरा कुंडली निकाला होगा और हाँ एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स ने बोले होंगे हाँ ये बेहतरीन टाइम है आप ये टाइम पे खेलो और देखना रेफरिंग आपको पेनल्टी मिलेगा दैट्स व्हाट द एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स वुड हैव सेड otherwise I don't understand this. I didn't understand a game on Christmas Eve. I don't understand the 9:15 p.m. game here. I just don't know. Vishal says Curtis Jones gets the ball but gets the player as well, and he gets a straight red. What's the difference then? This is actually the thing, Vishal, because last match as well against United, if you go with the Ederson thing, Ederson and Garnacho, Ederson gets the ball, but then he gets Garnacho as well, if you see. So what the referee told is the fouls inside the penalty box when deciding a penalty are slightly looked at differently than the fouls at any other part of the pitch, because that Ederson foul against Garnacho would have been a red, to be honest, at any other. In any other part of the pitch. So the referee exactly told that the referee in the studio last week in one of the channels, he took up the rule book and he was telling that inside the penalty box fouls are looked at a bit differently. If you get the ball and then it's generally not a foul unless the challenge is too reckless or something like that. If you get the ball in the penalty area, mostly you get the decision in your favor. That's what the ref said. That's what he said. That's what the rules are. The rules are different inside the penalty box when compared to outside it. Bhayaji says Doku clearly got the ball, never a pin, never a pin. Yeah, yeah, but then what people are telling is like Vishal's asking, what is the difference between getting the ball and getting the man? Because if you get the ball but still go into the man, Outside of the penalty area, it's a foul. That is true, but then it's different inside the penalty area. Bayaji says, surprised they didn't go all the way back when City scored. It's what the referees want, Bayaji. That's what they do. Vinay says, glad those penalty calls were obvious, no. Otherwise, VAR doesn't work for us at Anfield. That is true. That is true. VAR, it's almost like we are at the mercy of the VAR referees. And I was so scared. I was so scared. Not the Doku one. The Doku one, they didn't show it as much. But then the one before, the Walker on Salah, I think Walker on Salah, where Salah was furiously appealing for a penalty. I actually was scared for that, to be honest. Vishal says, you City fans here, for 1 second think about this. If McAllister did that on Doku, would you say the same thing? I mean, because of what happened with uh, what happened with Edison last time, we got to know what that rule was, to be honest. Because if it was not given Edison on Garnacho, then even this was not to be given. So it is fair enough to be honest. Because he got the ball, and those were the rules. Because before yesterday, I was like when we didn't know the rules. I don't think anyone knew those rules. Bayaji says we are used to these calls at Anfield every season. Nothing to pile on. That is true. That is true. Bayaji says one thing I miss about Sterling, he was very good at winning penalties, and also Bayaji Sterling is unusual for a winger actually. That is very good at protecting the ball as well. He doesn't give away the ball as much, and that we are actually struggling this season. Doku gives the ball away. I think Grealish has been brought on to compensate for Sterling, but the unique advantage of Sterling is rapid, but he protects the ball very well. I rarely see Sterling give a ball away and cause a turnover. He gives the ball away, of course, when he starts to dribble and stuff, but generally, ball carrying and all of that, Sterling is excellent on that. It's just his finishing. But I think whereas Doku, the thing is, it's his final ball's not good, his finishing is not good as well. He needs to work on both. With Sterling, his final ball's very, very good. It's up there. It's just his finishing that's not good. But Sterling gets into a lot more of attacking position, so it's something else. Yeah, when I see you next stream, and see you all guys for the next stream, and thanks a lot for joining me. A draw and it still leaves the title race hanging on a thread. Still inconclusive the title race. A very good match. See you all guys, and